Hi everyone, it's Laura here from High Hopes Rubber Stamps. I'm just getting started this morning working on the Birthday Buzzard. This is an image that I'm using for my husband's birthday card, and I just think that he's absolutely adorable, even though he is a buzzard. I'm coloring my image with Copics, and the tree trunk is done with E29 and 25 and 23. Sorry, this is my first video. I'm not very good at it yet. And the balloons, I've chosen to use YR 18, 16, and 14, as well as the reds are 59, 56, and 24. I really like the Kaisercraft Garage Day, here it is here, Garage Day pad. It's got a great bunch of colors in it for guys' cards, and we all know how difficult it is to get paper that is suitable for men's cards. Anyway, this is the paper that I've chosen. I'm not sure which ones I'm going to use, but I'm sure that the oranges and reds are probably going to be the ones that I pick first. Red happens to be my husband's favorite color. Anyway, so I'm just getting started working on this little guy, and we'll see how he turns out. Okay, we'll be back. Alrighty, so now I'm getting started on the leaves or I guess, yeah, the leaves for the tree trunk. And I thought that I would give a different combination a try this time. And so I have chosen to use G28, G24, and YG25. You can see that here. I am coloring these leaves, leaves in a dark to light fashion. I've never used YG25 with the G28 before, so I thought it would be fun to give this a try. It's a combination that I found that the gal from Dove Arts loves to use, so I thought it was pretty interesting, and we've got a mix of real dark with some really light color in there. Alright, so we're back. I am now working on the leaves for the tree, and I'm working with G28, 24, and YG25. So I decided that these colors would be kind of cool and give us a mix of some different greens. One that I don't typically use when I'm doing this is YG25, and certainly not with YG28, but I thought I'd give it a shot, see what it looks like, and so far the first two are done, and I'm kind of happy with how they've come out. There's a little bit of touch-up to do in there, but I thought I'd show you what I was working on. So I put a bit of the G28 on, and now I'm going to pull that color out with some 24, and you'll have to bear with me here because I'm trying to hold the little phone that I'm using to make this little video, and it's kind of hard. Anyway, so I just thought I'd show you how I was getting started with this part, and we'll come back when this part is actually finished. Okay? Okay, so I finished coloring the leaves for the tree, and I do quite like this combination. Again, it was G28, G24, and YG25. And I think it's a nice mix of dark, medium, and some light in there. So now we're going to go on to coloring the buzzard, and I'm going to be working with, let's see, T8, 6, and 4. So again, I'm going to be coloring dark to light, and we'll see how the buzzard comes out. We'll see you in a bit. Alright, so I finished with the toner grays, and now I'm on to working the feet and the beak, and I have decided that I'm going to use the same colors as I did in one of the balloons, and that was YR 18, 16, and 14. Again, I'm working the light to dark, and I really like this color combination. It's got that little bit of red in it, and I'm I'm always happy with how that turns out. So I'm going to completely finish coloring my buzzard, the present and everything, and then just before we get to the background color, we'll come back again. Alrighty, so the beak and the claws are all done, and now I have decided to get working on the bottom. And first I colored up the stones, and I've switched up from my toner grays to my cool grays for the rocks, and I'm using a combination of C7, C5, C4, and C2. So I'm going to work on finishing this and the background, and when we're all said and done, I will come back with the final image all colored. Okay, so I have started working a little bit more on the skin tone, which I had previously colored, and then after finishing the bird and a little bit of the ground on the bottom, I decided that we needed a little more shading on the face and the neck of my cute little buzzard here. So I grabbed an E13, and I'm just blending up a little bit more depth into the skin tone of this cutie. I'm going to come back after and add a little bit of pink to his cheeks in this area here with some pink Prisma, but I'll do that at the very end just because I want to make sure I don't get any Gamsol near my Copic markers, which we all know will ruin the tip. So on the skin tone, I'm using a blend of 4 colors: E000, E00, E11, and E13. All the colors that I'm using in this video you will be able to see on my blog post, and I'll list them all out on the bottom underneath the video after it's posted. So don't worry if you miss catching up on some of the colors, because they'll all be there. So just about done with the skin tone colors. I actually like it a little darker because I think it suits the fact that his feathers with the tone grays came out a little darker than I had hoped that they originally would. So there's a better close-up of it there. All right, so now I'm going to color the hat and the present, and then we'll come in with some blue for the final background. All right, so I'm back now, and I've finished coloring up the bottom of the image, and I've colored the present and the buzzard's hat, and of course I've kept in the same color scheme, and I know an odd color for the bow, red, given that it's not Christmas or anything, but it is my hubby's favorite color, so I decided that it was going to be red. And now I'm just going to finish off this image by adding some B quad 0 for the background, just to give it a little bit of depth around the outer part of the image. So I'm going to finish this up, and then I will preview the finished card at the very end. Again, I'm using B quad 0 to add a little bit of depth around, a little bit of shading around the image. So I'll finish this up, and we'll see you back again.